Ever think that the Great Depression was a hoot? Well, buckle up because we're diving into the silent depression theory that's been blowing up on TikTok lately. Imagine this, you're scrolling through your feed, and between the latest dance challenges and funny cat videos, there's talk of a new kind of depression. Not the kind you need a therapist for, but the economic kind. This theory, dubbed the silent depression, suggests that key expenses like housing, transportation, and food are munching away at a larger portion of Americans' income. It's like your wallet's on a diet and not the good kind. Back in the 30s, they didn't have TikTok to complain about the economy. They had to do it the old-fashioned way, through interpretive dance and telegrams. Stop! Economy bad? Stop! But today, we've got the internet, and everyone's an economist. And according to these TikTok economists, we're in a depression that's as silent as a mime at a library. So, are we living in a silent depression, or are we just silently depressed about our TikTok dance skills? Let's find out. Now let's turn to our dear economists, those party animals, who've got a thing or two to say about this silent depression theory. So here's the deal. They're saying, hold on folks, let's not get our knickers in a twist. Life today is better than it was 100 years ago. And they've got some pretty solid points to back it up. For starters, our life expectancy has shot up. Back in the day, if you hit the ripe old age of 50, you were practically ancient. But now, 50 is the new 30, baby. Quality of life, it's through the roof. We've got everything from Netflix to air conditioning, and let's not forget those handy-dandy smartphones. 100 years ago, they were still amazed by the miracle of sliced bread. Opportunities? They're everywhere. Want to become a professional gamer? Go for it. Fancy yourself a social media influencer? More power to you. The sky's the limit in the 21st century. And let's not forget about human rights. We've come a long way, baby. From women's suffrage to civil rights, we've made some giant leaps forward. Access to information and education, it's literally at our fingertips. You can learn quantum physics or how to bake a souffle without leaving your couch. But here's the kicker. Sure, you might be spending more on avocado toast and Uber Eats, but hey, at least you're not dying of polio. Ha! Now there's a perspective for you. So according to our economist friends, we're not in a depression. But what about those of us who are still counting pennies to afford our next latte? Okay, so we're not in a depression. But why does it feel like our wallets are on a diet? In today's economic landscape, many of us are finding our financial belts a little too tight for comfort. Picture this. You're strolling down the supermarket aisle, your cart brimming with the essentials, bread, milk, and that luxury item, butter. You get to the counter, and the total flashes up. You do a double take. When did butter become a luxury item? And let's not even get started on housing prices. Remember when you could buy a house with what you now pay for rent? Yeah, those were the days when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Nowadays, the real estate market is like a high-stakes poker game where the stakes just keep getting higher and the players more desperate. And then there's that dreaded I word. No, not Instagram, inflation. It's like that unwanted party guest who eats all the snacks and then sticks around long after the party's over. Lower-income families, especially, are feeling the pinch as a larger portion of their income goes towards the necessities. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. On paper, our economy is strong, the GDP is growing, unemployment is low, and wages are rising faster than inflation. On paper, we're doing great. In reality, well, let's just say our bank accounts aren't throwing any parties. So, while the US economy isn't technically in a silent depression, for many of us, our bank accounts might be feeling a little blue. But remember, folks, it's not about how much money you have, it's about how you use it. Or at least, that's what we tell ourselves as we count out our pennies for that bar of luxury butter.